We have seen the light! And I'm not talking about the studio lights. It's the fact that sometimes you hear a song, you hate it, then you hear it live, and you love it. Studio cut, real life, big difference. Let's go around and talk about the songs whose scores we would elevate, raise to the sky. Are you ready? Let's do this! Angus, why don't you kick us off with your first choice?
So, the first song that I would up is one that I just wasn't interested in because, like wiwibloggs bingo word, I thought it was dated at first, and I just was kind of, disappointed in something that had been really hyped. However, it is Ireland and Dying to Try from Brendan Murray, because I gave this a 2 originally, because it just felt like something from a bygone era. However, I've actually realised that Ireland is like the nation where a bygone era isn't a bad thing. Let's remember, like, the big ballads, Johnny Logan, Linda Martin, Emma Quinn, like, speeded up the song in 2006 by that guy whose name I don't remember, but it was real good. And Niamh Kavanagh in 2010, they do super well with this big traditional ballad thing. And, you know, Brendan, he's going to have 5 backing vocalists with him live. I think he's been good. And also, that power note now does great things to me. I was listening to Kristen, our Icelandic blogger, I mean, which is raving about it. Like, it's amazing. A wonderful, you know, he has great vocal. And people are like, oh, it's a Westlife ballad. Honey, Westlife sold 40 million records around the world. It's not a bad thing to be a Westlife ballad. Like 11 #1 singles in the UK. So, bottom line, I would like to lift Ireland, and I would now give it a 7 out of 10. And I think Ireland are going to make it out of the semi-final for the first time since 2013. He has a great spot in the order. I think with the backing dancers, it will feel quintessentially Irish and Celtic and beautiful. Yes. And yeah.
Wait, it's funny you say Ireland. I was going to name that as one of my 2, but I'll switch it up. I also gave this a 2 initially, but I would raise that to a 6.5 actually, because live, you're just so impressed that he can actually pull it off. Because the studio version, I'm like, okay, auto-tune, boring song, whatever, oh, high note chorus, X Factor winner single. But when he sings it live, it's like, holy OMG, he actually is singing that. His voice can handle this, which is shocking. And he gives it texture, he gives it emotion. He's feeling it. And
Celtic realness. Look at the Irish.
Realness. At the end of that rainbow, there's a pot of gold, and Brendan Murray is sitting there with some coins over his bits. Honey!
Can I just say, in terms of resting on Westlife, let's all remember what happened last year, so let's maybe not necessarily go there.
Right. Well, yeah. I've moved on to my first choice, my first elevation. It's the Netherlands. Yeah. The Sisters of Eugene. The studio track still doesn't overwhelm me. However, when I heard them live at Eurovision in concert, I was blown away at the fact that the live version is better than the studio version. And the reasoning, this is interesting, this is an example. When your voices are so perfect, the studio cut doesn't kind of do you justice. No. Because then you hear it in real life and it's better because you have the perfect vocals and the emotion. I think the studio version pulls the emotion out of the song in some weird way. But when you hear them live and see them and they're so warm and effervescent, and you hear the story about everything they're going through with their mother being ill, it's just a good package. I still think it's dated. It's still not the type of song I would download, but I really enjoy it when they're singing it live. So I would raise my score from a 5 to, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but probably to an 8. Just based on that live power. Sing the bridge, baby. Sing the bridge.
From a scale of 1 to 10, you got the perfect score, you're heaven sent. I just
still not a perfect score though, is it? Let's be fair.
But, you know, they definitely, I really wish them the best.
Yeah. Their story is very touching. It's still not one of my favourites. I still think maybe when I do hear it live in person it will change, but even the Eurovision in concert, there's just still something not clicking right with me. But maybe it will.
Listen, you're in the shadows. He'll see the light.
And give us your grower.
My first grower. Embrassez-moi. Tell me that you love me. Alma, I love you. I was wrong. I gave Requiem a 7 in the original jury. And that was mainly based on the fact that when... I probably was too harsh because I felt that the English version didn't work in the studio version. And I think I even said, probably live this will improve because the studio cut, the jump from French to English, they didn't produce it well. There's something happened in that mixing studio. It just sounded so abrupt and so wrong. Whereas now, having heard her live at London Eurovision Party, she killed it. She was my winner of that night. She was absolutely sensational. I would now give it probably an 8.5. Maybe even a 9 if I'm stretching that far, because she was just so good. And yeah, I'm now thinking France definitely back into the top 10, maybe pushing top 5. Not quite for the win yet, but it's another year of improvement from France.
This is art meets pop.
Yeah.
With a French identity. It's fantastic. The first time I heard the studio version with English, I actually emailed the head of delegation. I said, what's she saying? I didn't know what she was saying as a native English speaker. I was sitting there trying to decipher. She has improved.
Yeah.
And that is fair enough. Give me a song in French, I'm going to butcher it for months. But she has mastered the English during the live preview season. And, you know, more power to her. You have to be brave to go and sing something in a foreign language the first time. But she has steadily gotten better, and now I understand every single word.
And every single performance we've seen of it, from that very first live performance, like the day she got announced, to now, the step change improvement is so good and so big. She is turning into a proper artist, not just a Eurovision artist, not just a flash in the pan. She is building a career for the future.
Absolutely. And y'all, discount Madrid. She was sick and there were technical issues. That's why there's not a video on our channel. All right. Next improvement.
So my number 2 on the topic of Madrid is actually España and Manel Navarro, because the first version, Do It For Your Lover, because I think actually the Eurovision version came out after we reviewed it for the Wiwi Jury. And the first version I thought was kind of okay, but a bit too repetitive. Now I'm like a step change. Because at the time I saw it middling and average, I actually think this is one of the most chart-friendly songs in the competition this year. And in terms of kind of that international market appeal, streaks and bounds ahead of some of the stuff Spain has sent previously. We should look at things like Adene's and Manafair, like that was not a chart song at all. I think this is. And when we see him
William
live,
disagrees.
Well,
It's fine.
but no, you talk about the London Party and Alma. I was about Manel Navarro. People have hated on that song so much and were so, like, outspoken about the fact Morella should have gone and said. Morella would have not done well at Eurovision, let's be clear. Spain sends upbeat tracks, they have never done well with an upbeat
Comment
song.
section is exploding.
This, however, I think will do really well. Like at the London Party, everyone was singing along and knew the verse. It is catchy, it gets in your head, and Eurovision you have 3 minutes to make an impact and get retained. He has that. You won't miss it. And I just think it's really good. It's easy, it's hand clappy, and it will get the arena going. And I think for people who are not aware of the whole Morella controversy,
which is most
yeah,
people watching
98% of people watching.
So I think with the right slot in the running order, this could do very well.
It is very, very
and
radio
I'm upping
friendly.
it, I should say, to a 7 from a 5.
Wow.
Ooh, 5 to 7.
So I quietly confident that Spain could do well again.
And props to him for kind of tuning out the haters and proceeding, and just he's made a great effort on this promotional run.
Yeah.
Very friendly, always ready for an interview, always very kind and warm. And we judge people by how they treat us, and he's lovely.
And I will say, I think somebody even said to Robin Bengtson on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, like, "Oh, how can you hang out with Manel?" And he rightfully said, "He's my friend. I'm not going to, for something that I don't know about and that he wasn't involved with. I'm not going to hate on him." And that, I think everybody seems to love him.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Christian Kostov loves them. Everyone loves them. Now look. My other one, I don't even know. We talked about Ireland. We talked about Eugene. I'm going to cheat. I do have 2. The first is the UK, Lucy Jones. I gave this a 6.5 initially. I would like to up that to an 8.5. This is based on the London Eurovision party. When she sang, she came out with a beautiful headdress. The room, the atmosphere changed. There were tingles, people stopped talking. Y'all were with me, everybody was drunk.
Yeah.
But even they kind of pepped up and were like, she delivers this, and when she nails it, she nails it. I think in London it was better than in Amsterdam, but in London she really, really nailed it. She managed to just take a song, which I wasn't necessarily into in the original version. They revamped it, made it more contemporary, because I hated the original version. But the electro editions, the digital production, it sounds current now, and she really is channeling a story. In her interview in Amsterdam, she said, "I'm not going to tell you the story, but there is a story, and you can feel it." So I'm sending her props. And then my other one, I'm cheating, apologies, is Hungary. I gave it an 8. I take it to a 9. Hungary kills it. I hadn't seen him live until after submitting my score. There is so much emotion in that song. He sings about the struggles as being a Romani man in a world that wants to put you down, loving a white woman when people tell you you shouldn't. It's just so powerful. He raps because he has a lot to say. I hate rap. I liked one song from Eminem, and that was about it. I like Too Legit to Quit, MC Hammer, anyone? But that was about it. This works. He manages to move from traditional, ethnic, mysterious kind of woman around fire, mysticism, Game of Thrones, the Red Lady, that magic, to rap, and then back, and it works. When he sings, I Stop Talking. There's a spirituality. In Amsterdam, final point for me, that night, I think this came on halfway through, it was the first song where everyone in the audience afterwards started humming the refrain. Again, in a bar full of drunk people. He manages to intoxicate the intoxicated with his music. Hungary, I am on your side.
I'm going to have an honourable mention then. My honourable mention would be Armenia, who I think I gave maybe a 6.5 or a 7. I probably would up that now to about an 8. Perhaps my biggest grower, though, is Norway. Joust. I think I gave them like a 5.5. I think it was a 5.5 in the original Wiwi Jury. Way, way, way too low. It's now a 7.5 for me, I'd guess. It's very good. It is a grower, which does make me worry a little bit about its potential at Eurovision, because it took me a while to get into it. That being said, they sell it so well live. Alexander Wellman, very, very charismatic on stage, and that really comes through.
True.
We don't quite know what's going to happen in terms of the staging in Kiev yet and how they might change it, but I have faith in them. And Norway will definitely be in the final now, I think. There is no way I can see this song not making the final. And actually, I think this is sneaky top 10, maybe even top 5.
I think music industry professionals will really respond to this.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've mentioned this, but like when I was on the UK jury, or sorry, I led the UK jury in the Norway final, and in the room when this song came on, I noticed everyone pepped up. All the other jurors, it was instant. And it's very noticeable.
Yeah, this is the thing, because you say grower. I actually disagree. I think when I first heard it among the Norwegian songs, I was like, oh, this should win. But because Norway has this nasty habit of having really good songs and then not picking a good one in the final, I was like, no, there's no way they'll pick it. And then they did. So, yeah, I think Norway are in for a good thing.
The one good thing about it is, if they pick the right moment for the recap as well, then I think that might stew them in good stead. Because it has got a lot of memorable, like that, that bit. If they use it like that, then people are like, oh wait, that was that Norwegian song. Oh, they were good, I'm going to vote for them.
Does anyone else get a Halloween feel at certain moments? Like that electronic fugue.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just for a split second.
It's like Daft Punk adjacent in a way. It's a bit more talky rappy than Daft Punk, but it has sort of... I mean, that also the visual, like the helmet does make you think of Daft Punk, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, that is what we think. What do you think? Who was a shower and who was a grower? You can let us know here on Wiwi Blogs.
And please like and share and subscribe to our channel and be one of over 30,000 subscribers who are now part of our channel. We love you all.
And make sure to download our app, available on iOS and Android. It's free, and you can comment and let us know all your opinions throughout the season. And get all the latest news from Kiev too.
It's more important than ever. We'll see you later.
Bye!